So, know it's been a little while since I've done like a CD update, but I did not realise that things have gotten a little out of hand with what I've been buying. But we've got some good stuff. We've got some classic reissues, got some 2025 stuff that I haven't bought a lot of 2025. Oh, sorry. Releases this so far, not because I haven't found anything, just really been lazy. That's a really good way to say it. But let's start at the very bottom and go to what's the newest. Alright, so 2025 could be very much a really solid fucking year for Swedish death metal. We've got the newest Lick. That would be their fourth album. Lick again meaning corpse in Swedish. This is a Metal Blade one. I think they've all been on Metal Blade if I'm not mistaken. This album is fucking brutal. It is so good. I know a bunch of my mates got to see them when they played MDF, their first US show, and they praised them, and I have seen some of the footage, and it sounds good. I need a shirt. I wish they'd play a little more often, but we've got four solid modern Swedish death metal albums, and it's just, it's such a good band. I'm a big Lick fan. This is going to end up high on my 2025 list, I think. Starting out strong, we have Lick. Necro from this year. Spoilers. Next up we have Motorhead with Hammered from 2002. Just another Motorhead that I was missing. That had the second classic lineup of Lemmy, Phil, and Mickey. 2002, just there's a lot of really good stuff from under this lineup, and there's a lot of underrated stuff. Can't say too much because Motorhead, always ironic that they've got this explicit content. Considering what the band was, they just didn't give a shit. But you got Down the Line, you got Voices from the War, you got Serial Killer, No Remorse, you got fucking solid rock and roll in its purest form, and I'm still missing some, but I'm nearly done. Alright, let's move on. So, Wasp, we've got Babylon here, which I think it's the second last album. They're kind of on they've been touring a lot more. They're playing the first album in Europe and shows in the States, and I think that'd be really cool to see. Never had the chance to see Wasp, but I don't think that. Maybe 2012 they came here, maybe. But what do we got here? We got the Babylon's Burning. That's always a great banger. I know a lot of people with how Blackie's views have changed, and they've had more religious aspects of his. People have kind of turned away from it, but it's what he sings about and his lyrical content is interesting because it's not really pro-Christian. It's more taking a look at it and trying to explain things, and it is interesting. This is Babylon. Love some Wasp, man. One of the better modern albums. I think, yeah, maybe the best. No, yeah, at least in the top three of their modern stuff after 2000. So that is Wasp with Babylon from 2015. Next up we got Thin Lizzy with Chinatown. It's Thin Lizzy, man. What do you want me to say? It's just fucking great rock and roll. You got Killer on the Loose. You got Chinatown. That fucking cover is so cool. Genocide is always a good one. The killing of the buffalo, obviously. This is 1980. I think if you've never listened to much Thin Lizzy, you'll be shocked to find how much you know. Because they have a lot of stuff. Like, they have a lot of really, really good albums. Black Rose, Jailbreak, Bad Reputation, this. So I'm still missing a few, but got a nice selection of some Thin Lizzy. Nothing beats some good old Phil and the Boys. So just Thin Lizzy from 1980. Always a banger. Next up, one of the bands I did get to see at MDF, and I'm so fucking glad I did. We have Inhume with Chaos Dissection Order. Now, these do not have a fucking date, so I'm going to make the assumption that this might be the second or third album. I want to say it's the third. It's got this really cool dissected corpse, and there is a video somewhere where they piece it back together and they take it apart and show you where all the things go. It's really fucking cool. But it's Inhume. You've got Hate Kill, got Chaos Dissection Order, Opposing the Weak, Swift Genocide. Inhume are just a great band and got one of the better, I don't know if you can make that out, but got like a little body hanging there, and one of the better logos in death metal. It's just so they don't play a lot of shows and haven't released a lot of music. Haven't released an album in 10 years, maybe a little bit more. But if they did, if they're playing near you and you get the chance, go and see Inhume because they're so fucking fun. And just get their music, man. It's like grindy death metal, but also kind of gore grindy at times, and it's just a unrelenting blast. This is Osmose Productions. I love this band. All right, 2025. We've got this one seems to really be like taking off in the scene. We got Impurity. We got The Eternal Sleep. Young Swedish band. Their debut recorded last year in the summertime, in March and April. Dan Swano did the production. Shocking. It's a Hammerheart one. I think these kids are like 17, 18, 19. They're really young. But it's such a good album. Jesus, what have we got? We've got Tribute to Creation. That's a belter. Life of Horrors. You got the title track. You got Eternal Sleep. Him in the Afterlife. How young they look, too. Fucking hell. It's just a great band. Really interested to see where they go, and this. Here you go. Here's a hype stick for you. The Eternal Sleep drove Swedish death metal back into its raw, chainsaw snarled roots. Yes. Produced by Thomas Skarsborg at Sunlight Studios, famous studio, and mastered by Swano. This fucking album, man, is so good. This is highly going to end up on my top. Definitely my top 10, easily. One of the best. Another fucking reason. Swedish death metal this year. Telling you, stepping its game up. Alright, next up we got Utilitarian by Napalm Death from 2012. I did talk about this in a update. In my last video where I did a little unboxing. It's Napalm. Sick cover. It's just a banger. Then we also, on that same day, grabbed Dying Fetus with One Shot. Oh, sorry, Stop at Nothing. I'm reading the back and it says One Shot, One Kill, which is a song I was going to recommend. This is when they were a 4-piece, very short-lived lineup. This 2003, so Sean is in the band still, so is John, but Trey came in a few years later, and that's kind of been the same lineup they've had. They've released some really fucking good albums since. Reign Supreme is kind of like a technical masterpiece. I really like their last Make Them Beg for Death, that last one. That was really fucking good. Obviously you've got Descend into Depravity. It's Dying Fetus, man. One of the very few bands that can use just a really simple logo and nobody gives a shit because it's more brutal than most bands' logos. Stop at Nothing, Dying Fetus, and I finally have a full Dying Fetus collection. Really fucking stoked on that. It's Dying Fetus. Alright, now we got 2025 one. We got Alestorm in this digipack thing, artwork, and so they did. I think there's a bunch of shows they've done. Anything from Alright, so they got some stuff from when they did the Pagan Fest tour. Pictures, very nice, so nice. It's Alestorm. I totally understand why people don't take them seriously. I love them. I have loved them since before the third album came out. Back through time, so that's 2012, maybe, give or take. I got to see them in 2015. Haven't had a chance since. I think they actually fucking just toured Australia this year. But you got some bangers on this one. You've got Goblins Ahoy, you got Killed to Death by Piracy, you got Frozen Piss Part 2, and you got Live Disc that I haven't checked out yet, from Scotland by the looks of things. These fucking media books that they do is just beautiful. It's so soft. This is very high on my list so far of the year. Every time an Alestorm album comes out, I usually have to be very, I have to try to make sure I digest it properly because there's a lot to take in where it goes on my ranking, but this one's going very high. Yeah, I have to see this band again. There's Alestorm, the Thunderfist Chronicles, 2025 one. Alright. Last three. Ooh, we got a banger. We got a reissue here. We got Hordes of Chaos by Creator. This is... You're not going to be a fucking day. No, this is sometime in the mid-2000s. But what I wanted to mention with this is in the booklet. In the booklet, even for a reissue, you wouldn't expect... You just expect maybe the line, some lyrical stuff, but it actually has an interview and pictures and fucking old tour posters from that time, and it's so cool. Creator and Exodus, that would have been a sick tour. Got live photos. Yeah, some really, really nice stuff, and I don't know if they did this for the Enemy of God one, the one that was around this era too, but this is really nice. This is a really, really nice, this is a really good reissue. Take note, earache. Fucked it up too much. We got Hordes of Chaos. We got Warcurse, that was always a favourite. You got Escalation, To the Afterburn. I got some bonus tracks. The Hordes of Chaos, Necroplague for the Elite. This is just a great thrash album, a great modern thrash album, even though it's probably about 20 years old. It's great, it's always a good time. Alright, last two. Now these I really didn't need, however, I'm a completist, and you will come to find, if you haven't noticed, Cannibal Corpse is one of my favourite bands. So, in the process, they're reissuing the entire catalogue by what I can figure out. The first ones they did is reissued up to about 1995. No, that's wrong. Studio albums up to about 1995, because I don't know. This extra other one came in. So first up, we've got the Hammersmash Face EP, which is from 1993. You got the Hammersmash Face song. You've got The Exorcist, which is a Possessed cover, and Zero the Hero, which I think is a Sabbath cover. Then you got Meathook, Sodomy, and Shredded Humans. Just simple. But these are really just gap fillers. There's no rhyme or reason as to why. I just the Black on Black reissues. I just was a fucking nerd and thought, oh, I need these to fill the collection out. Yeah, and then last but not least, we have got, in 2003, we've got the Worm Infested EP. And yes, it is disturbing, but not as fun as this image is. Guess what this is, boys and girls? Thank God I'm never going to make kids watch these ones. This one, let's see, what do we got? Okay, so we got, okay, so we have two Cannibal songs, Demon Knights, which is that's an Accept song. I think that's off Restless and Wild. The Undead Will Feast, that was originally released in Japan. We've got Confessions, that's a Possessed song. That was originally released on the European version of Live Cannibalism. And then you've got No Remorse, that's a Metallica song obviously, which was a limited bonus track on Gore Obsessed. You know, I've never actually... Oh, okay, it's got my face. Yeah, alright, this really doesn't... Cannibal Corpse, always with the good lyrics. They used the fun word of cunt a few times, by the looks of things. I've never actually heard this release. When I was getting into Cannibal years and years ago, I always used to see it around and I just never got to it, and then I missed it, and then it's a weird gap in my Cannibal knowledge, but I'm glad to have it, which takes me to 18 Cannibal CDs. I counted. Don't ask why, but I counted. It's Cannibal. These Black on Black reissues are really good. They're really solid if you don't have them. Oh God, we've got 20 minutes of rambling about music again. But you know what? It's worth it. So we've got 12 CDs. We've got some classics. We've got some newer stuff. We've got some absolute 2025 gems. Some reissues that I was missing. But thank you. I really, really appreciate all of you. And remember, go fuck yourselves.